Thanks for tuning in again, everybody. We're back with your favorite podcast, Luca's Tigers and Bronze. Oh my.
We've officially entered into overreaction culture. One game,
shit. Yep.
And 22 points, 7 of 16 shooting, and this guy, we need to scrap Christmas altogether. Christ came back. He was playing last night on the Brooklyn Nets.
Oh yeah,
no, Durantula.
Durant. Well, listen, dude. We need to talk about it. This has got to be part of our episode.
That I just kicked it off.
Yeah, Luca Nation. Luca Nation. I need a kickoff, man. I need like an actual Luca Nation kickoff. All right, well, we're off. We're off to the races. Luca Nation. That's it, man. That's what I need. You got crazy hair. I need a crazy intro.
I'm getting a haircut. I'm getting it trimmed up today. My dad got me a gift.
Oh, that's a nice gift from Dad.
He's the best.
You know what? If I could have one gift, you know what it would be?
A pair of Lululemon leggings.
Yeah, that would be awesome because I have quads that do not quit. So Lululemon leggings would be really nice. But no, honestly, the answer to that is I would love for everybody who's stuck out there refreshing their tracking and seeing, arriving late, in transit, arriving late on the USPS to just boom, everything to just be where it's supposed to be. Because I know it's not just me with cards that I've sent out and cards that I'm waiting in, stuff that I've purchased. There are a lot of people who, here we are on, December 23rd, wondering whether or not some of the Christmas gifts that they bought are going to get there on time and stuff. And that's, it's a little stressful. So,
well, mine says arriving on December 13th. Doesn't even say arriving late. Yep. Just arriving on December 13th between 3 and 5 p.m. Eastern time. My $5,000 Kobe Bryant card. Super excited.
I don't think that's happening. December 13th has come and gone, my friends.
Yep. And that used to be my lucky number. Tells you something.
No.
And it still is. No, but we've officially entered Luca Nation. Welcome back to another episode of Luca's Tigers and Bronze. Oh my.
He's just going to keep saying it. Luca's. Welcome back, Luca's Tigers and Bronze. Oh my.
Well, you're like a train that's derailed. And that's what you keep doing. You just derail my introductions.
That's what I do every time. I think you should leave this entire thing. You've now tried to kick it off 3 times. I think that our audience would love it to just listen to it.
You ever see the movie Speed? When they can't stop the bus once it's going 60 miles an hour. That's you when you're on that's you on a tangent.
The one with Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock.
Yep.
And she's a wildcatter. She's a wildcat, and they try to get the people off the bus a bunch of times. And no, I've never seen that one.
Okay, well, I don't even know where we're going with this, but I'm
a speeding bus that needs to stay above 60 miles per hour because I'm going to knock you off your tangent. This is where we're going here.
What are the topics you want to discuss on today's episode before we jump into the plays?
Listen, I think you started off really good here, and I definitely think you should leave that in there, but you're 100% right. It is that time of year, right? I mean, you got the nativity scene on the lawn. The manger is out and empty and waiting. And last night, the basketball world was able to fill that manger. Their savior has come. God incarnate has returned to Brooklyn with a 7 for 16 performance. The greatest basketball player to ever play is back.
Have you ever seen Kicking and Screaming when the guy's like, stranger danger, stranger danger?
Yes. Have I ever seen the movie Kicking and Screaming, the one with Will Ferrell and Robert Duvall?
Dude, what are you doing?
And Mike Ditka? I've never seen that one.
I hate you. I hate you today. No, but guys, this is the way I think about it. And I don't know if Cage thinks about it this way, but a basketball season is 72 games. So I actually look at one game in relativity to the NFL. So one NFL game is the equivalent of 4 NBA games. And that's how I judge teams because NBA, to be honest, I mean, teams and players take days off. You could see that. You could see the Lakers didn't bring it 100%. So I know we live in an overreact culture. I know Durant is, regardless of his performance, honestly, last night, he's going to be hailed as, his cards are going to go through the roof. Kyrie cards are coming. The Nets to the championship. I'm calling it now. How many tweets did we see like that? I wouldn't overreact. I wouldn't think too much into it because that's literally the equivalent of one quarter played in the NFL. One quarter.
Isn't the hobby though? Isn't the hobby based on overreaction already? I mean, isn't that basically bowl? Isn't that the culture? Isn't that just basically where we're living right now?
Yeah, maybe. I don't do it. I would like to watch and see and let things play out a little bit because, I think one NBA game. I've watched enough NBA games to know that teams take days off. Teams get high. The Warriors were playing their B League lineup. Wiggins, Kelly Oubre, Draymond was out.
Did you see that Oubre dunk? Did you see that put back from Oubre? Oh my God, that was nice. He didn't have a great game either, but I mean, talk about athleticism and like highlight reels, which is a big deal too. So here's my take on it, right? I think you're 100% right. Right? I think you are 100% correct. It's an overreaction. It's, obviously I'm making fun of it. Hopefully nobody in Brooklyn has taken a baby Durant and put it in the manger this morning as the savior who has returned to Brooklyn to bring basketball back. But I think that the different way to play this, right, is, there's overreactions, but we're not going to talk people out of overreacting. All right. That's just what we have. That's just the state of the hobby right now. And instead, I think, we have to bring them a way to take advantage of that, realizing that people are going to be overreacting to one quick game and, how to be nimble enough to know when a game like that might come and what to buy.
I hear you. I think our Luca Nation knows my style. That's not my investing style. I don't really day trade. I'm not a big fan of day trading. To me, it's way too much risk. I am starting to play around with Star Stock. Cage was gracious enough to give me an early birthday present, which was really nice. And I added a little bit of my own cherry on top to have a little budget to work with. So I'm learning it, but Cage, it's not my style. I don't like a lot of risk. I don't like a lot of exposure. That's why I invest in guys like Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, LeBron to a lesser degree. So
but it's fun, right? I mean, it's the fun part of the hobby. So let me throw a couple of things out there, right? Because I am like that speeding 60-mile-per-hour bus. It can't go below 60 miles per hour or it explodes. So only I'm fueled by Sour Patch watermelons today. So good stuff. Here you go, guys. So a couple things. Number one, when you hear this, those lucky few of you hear it when we release it on the night of the 23rd. I need you guys to do something. And you know what? You might be listening to it, the day after it's released. Maybe you're on a commute somewhere before a Christmas holiday or wrapping presents or who name it. Maybe you're listening to it on the 24th. December 24th is the real birthday of the Savior. You've been lied to all along and told that it was the 25th. You've been lied to all along, and you've been celebrating the wrong day, folks. It is not the 25th. That is the birth of God walking on earth, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Goldberg. It is the 24th, folks. It is the 24th. December 24th is the birthday of none other than my co-host, the founder and creator of Luca's Tigers and Bronze. Oh my. The brains and the looks behind the entire operation. So what I need you guys to do is wish this guy a happy birthday. That's it. Nice and easy. Send him some happy birthday wishes. Send out a nice little message to him. Give him a happy birthday. Tell him you're thinking of him. He doesn't need it. I mean, I'm sitting here in the winter, in the snow, helping Santa and his elves along with Christmas. This guy, he's partying. He's in Mexico. He's doing what he's dancing. He's playing volleyball. I don't know what the hell he's doing. He's got a charmed life. Lucky guy. I got some Sour Patch watermelons from Five Below. They're stale. But honestly, happy birthday, my man. This is this guy's birthday tomorrow night. So tomorrow. So
let it be. Since you put me on the spot and you're going to keep going off here, let it be a testament to how much can change in a year with work ethic. I'll leave it at that. You guys know my story. Maybe Cage will interview me one day. Maybe we'll do that for the guest episode, actually. But
we should do it tomorrow. Let's do it. You could be our special guest, birthday boy.
1 year ago today, I was as sick as I've ever been. I was living in New York City. I'm not going to say what I was sick with because I didn't get tested. And I don't want to, get anyone inflamed here. But the symptoms matched a lot of what the symptoms are currently for a lot of people. 1 year ago today, zero money in the bank account, sick as a dog. And I just committed. I committed to work ethic, service to people. I read the Bible actually a lot, which is funny. I grew up a Jew, but I read the Bible and tried to be Christ-like. So this holiday is actually really special for me this year. So thank you for the kind words, Cage.
Listen, we should definitely interview you. That'll be a fun one. Christmas Eve with
P.S.
Andrew.
Guys, all the jokes Cage makes about me drinking, partying, and the bong and coke on the tables is highly ironic because people who know
I'm the
me
one
know
that does all the coke. Of the two of us, I'm the one. I'm the Diet Coke, actually. Coke Zero.
I don't drink and I don't do drugs, so you guys should put that on record. I don't know if you guys.
Oh,
think,
come on! Don't lie to the
flowers.
audience. I can see right behind you. There's a bong. It's 3 foot tall. There's a big. What kind of dog is that on the bottom of it? Is that Is that a pit bull bong? It's got red on the top. What is in there? Oh man, it looks empty. Are you doing like resin hits? Dude, you're getting to the bottom of it on the bottom there. What are you doing over there?
What is literally going on right now?
I don't know, man. Remember that, they can see this. Eventually the video will be posted there. And what are you using to cut the stuff with back there? Is that Colombian you got back there? You using a credit card? You got rolled up? Dude, don't roll up a single. That's low class. You using a single to snort that stuff? What's the matter with you?
You need to get back to work. Cage has an off weekend. He has way too much energy.
Yeah, this is me. This is me with some PTO. I love it.
This is Cage on PTO. Him and Ian are running around the house, ripping up trash bags, singing Feliz Navidad.
Yeah, Feliz Navidad. The kid's singing, man. He's still in school. This is it. They got school for a little while longer, and then they're out, the Rugrats. But yeah, they were doing like a Zoom sing-along for Christmas. It was pretty cute, man. I didn't know my son could sing. I'm gonna surprise him one day with video I took without him knowing. So that'd be some fun stuff. Him trying to sing Feliz Navidad without knowing Spanish. The words come out pretty funny when you're just trying to sing a song in Spanish and you don't know the words.
But you guys are artists. You're gonna have a stand-up comedy special one day. I feel it. Netflix.
We'll see, man. We'll see.
Netflix
I gotta
Cage.
tell you, I would love doing nothing more than just what we're doing now. I love Luca Nation. I love some of the ideas that some of these guys have, man. Some of the ideas, some of the suggestions, some of the plays. I pop into every one of our groups. We have a bunch of different groups now because so many people, asked to get in. By the way, guys, if you want to get in one of our groups, we pop in. We check on it, but they take on a life of their own. People, from all walks of life, all different countries, talk about what their strategies are, what they're buying. It's just great information to have. If you want to get in one of those, let us know. We'll definitely find room for you in one of our groups. But I love what we're doing, man. I really do. And, I'm glad, whatever journey you've been on in the last year has led you to, to this just over 5 months. And I mean, it's amazing the listener count. We set another record today. We've had some amazing guests on. I'll post a picture of it. We got a nice Christmas card autographed by Mr. Lefko, one of our guests, thanking us for putting him on the show. And, it's just really amazing, how far we've come and just what a great community Luca Nation is, what we've built up with this. And, how much you guys contribute to the daily life. I wake up now and I check the group. I check our DMs. I check the messages. And I'm excited to see what info is out there, what people thought of the games last night, what people thought of our episode, what people thought of our plays. So I couldn't be happier. And, that's all because of the, Luca Nation community. So thank you guys.
Can I be a little vulnerable with the group real quick?
I don't know. Can you?
Because, well, we get a lot of DMs now, and then I get into my personal account and the business account or the Luca Nation page. It actually gives me a little bit of anxiety that I can't get to everyone, but I promise you we're trying. So I want to put that out there because it kind of like gets a load off my back. I always feel like I have to respond to everybody. And it's just, this week's been crazy and I've missed a little bit of a few messages here and there. I'm really trying. I really am.
You know what I like? Here's some vulnerability. I like the passion from our guys. Some of the guys say, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about this card? What do you think about this card? And we respond, and it's like, yeah, I don't think so. And then they'll write back, no, you're wrong because of this, and this. And then if we don't respond in an hour, we'll get a message like, I can tell you don't want to talk about this anymore. I'm like, no. We all have messages. So give us a chance. And I chime back in. I'm like, it's funny, man. People are really, really passionate about their guys, about their cards, and about their stuff. And I love that because you don't get that in anything else, I don't think. I mean, this is, and now with basketball season coming, people are going to have daily games. We're going to have daily movement on these cards. it really is a fun time. It really is, an exciting time with basketball starting back up. I'm excited for the hobby. And listen, if I'm allowed, we
Yep.
talked about like overreaction and how to play it. I have a play for folks for today, and I'm going to view it as, I, I'm, I think, if I'm right, a reward for the people who listen to us right when this first happens. Because I don't know, we've had a lot of people listen to our episode from yesterday, the NBA episode. And if you haven't listened to it yet, you should take a listen. I think we went through it. It's a long episode. You might disagree with a lot of the takes, but we threw in like a dozen card plays in there. So many different card plays, and one of them, very similar to the play I'm going to give you right now, was James Wiseman. And if you were able to listen to that before the game last night, you were able to put that while it was playing, or you're able to listen to it while the game was going on. I said the kid's going to play. Draymond's hurt. He's going to have a decent game, and you should buy his cards. And you could buy his cards for $3. I went on Star Stock, and his base Prism drafts that were available before the game doubled in price after the game because he looked good. 19 years old. Hit a 3-pointer. Needs to work on his free throws a little bit. Otherwise, would have had more points. But I mean, he looked good. He looked athletic. He looked like he was, going to play. And you talk about the overreactions, right? About somebody like Kevin Durant. Well, basically, the sale price for this guy's cards, and he didn't have a dominant game, and he's not going to play that much. But in one game where it looked like he's every bit of Bull, only more athletic, more fluid, more ability, outside shot, you name it, and his card doubled in one game, right? So that's what I mean when I say try to take advantage of the overreaction of the hobby. I'm not telling you to buy James Wiseman's Prism draft card to hold it for the rest of your life. Although if you think he's going to be a star, go right ahead. I'm just saying, right now, this is the culture we're in. People are using these cards as if they're sports bets, and they're betting on James Wiseman having a good game. And if you win the bet, just like your bet doubles your money, the cards will double in money. I mean, it's not every card, and it's not all the time that's going to happen, but there are plays out there like that. And look, this is not going to supplant your go for Kobe or buy your Kobe cards or your LeBron cards. This is just another fun way of having some action on the game. If you're not a sports, I never really like betting on basketball games, right? And fantasy, it's tough because I always feel like if I go on DraftKings or FanDuel, that there are people who are doing this professionally, the way I do cards basically professionally, right? And that no matter what, I'm going to set up a lineup, and somebody else has the ability to set a better lineup than me, and I'm the easy money. I'm the one that they're going to take their money out on, right? And I don't want to be that, but I feel like if in cards, I am the person who is that smart money. You know what I mean? Like I can use the research and whatnot to my advantage.
You also have 25 years experience as well.
So,
You've been through cycles. You've seen the different kind of movements in the market. So I think experience is a big deal.
So, I mean, listen, here's the deal, right? So I looked at what Wiseman did last night, and I think to myself, all right, there's a bunch of games tonight. Who can have that type of a game? A card that's cheap, a card that, people are not looking at right now, but that if you bought it, whether on Star Stock or on eBay, and you held it for, obviously eBay is not a turnaround in game, right? If you bought Wiseman before the game last night, you could sold it after the game and doubled your money on Star Stock. You can't do that on eBay, but on eBay, you're able to get these cards a little cheaper. I'm thinking some of these cards are eBay purchases and then maybe put them on Star Stock, or maybe they're eBay purchases and then when you get them, sell them because they're going to go up. Hopefully people don't cancel on you. It's a whole bunch of fun. But the person I'm looking at Obi Toppin. I think he's going to play tonight. I think he's going to have a good game tonight. I think he's going to have some highlight reel type of moments, and that's really all you can look for. He is one of the early betting favorites for Rookie of the Year. I think the last time I checked, like LaMelo was the favorite, and Obi was there, and Edwards and Wiseman. But I mean, to me, I'm not betting on him winning Rookie of the Year. I'm betting on him having a decent game tonight. You know what I mean? I'm betting on him going out there and have a decent game tonight. I would tell you if you want a second one, I already gave the play, but I think it's definitely a play for tonight. It's my boy Denny, DENI, on Washington Wizards. Same thing. Buy that Prism draft card, whether on Star Stock or on eBay. because I think not only is Rui out with his conjunctivitis, but I think I read Wall and Cousins, right? Wall and Cousins are both
For
out
trace
because of
contacting.
exactly like contact tracing, right? So COVID related, they're not going to play. And I mean, they tested negative, but I think Kenya Martin's son, Kenya Martin Jr., who's a rookie, he tested positive. So I think Denny will probably have a good night tonight too. And you could see these I don't want to call them overreactions, but these reactionary jumps in price that it's low risk. Both of these guys, I'm telling you, especially like Obi Toppin, you can go on right now. I'm looking at eBay right now, $1.99 for his Prism card. I buy as many of them as I can. Go in there and spend $100 and you get 50 of them. You know what I mean? And it's $100. If you have a bad week or a bad couple of weeks, it doesn't matter. He's eventually gonna turn it around, and you're into the cards for like $2 or less. So, I mean, I think it's definitely one way of playing on, one way of playing on this what you call overreaction or reaction to it. But you're cutting your risk on it because he is a potential longer term play. Also, he's from Brooklyn, playing in New York. He's he's a high draft pick. He's playing against Cleveland tonight. If we're really just talking about one game, but the Knicks might actually win. You know what I mean? Like he might actually, they might actually win the game. So I mean,
Cage, can I ask you something?
Yeah, please.
So there's always two cards, right? There's two draft pick cards.
Yep.
How do you decide which one to buy?
So their pricing right now has been about the same, but I always buy the lowest number.
Okay.
Right. So for Toppin, it's number 7, I think is the number, right? And I think there's also like a 47. I always buy the lower number card. The card closer to number 1, right? So, LaMelo, I think, is number 3, and Toppin is number 7. Denny was, I think, number 6 or number 9. And then they have another one in the 40s. You can't really go wrong. If you look at Star Stock and eBay, they sell for about the same price. I just stick with the lower number 1. Just I don't know why. I've seen traditionally that's the one that sells for slightly more, sells for a slightly higher premium. But it's not like the other one says rookie debut on it or anything like that, like they do with Topps cards. So, yeah. So that's my overreaction play. You want to talk about the games from last night a little bit? You want to talk about Brooklyn? You want to talk about what you saw there? You want to talk about
yes,
LA?
Real quick though, I want to ask you
please.
Overreaction, right? LaMelo's cards, yesterday they were selling for $20 for the Star Stock A.
Uh-huh.
Just this morning there were 4 sales, 29, 32, 32, 32. What do you think people are seeing? That's a big jump, right? From 15 to 20 just a few days ago without him playing.
I think people are doing what I'm saying, and they're just going in and buying the cheapest one to own on Star Stock, figuring that if he has a decent enough game tonight or during the week, they can relist that same card for $5 or $10 more and sell it to someone else. It really is just a way of, I don't think the person buying that card for $25 or $26 right now is expecting it to be a $50 card. I think they're expecting to be able to sell it for $32 or $34, and it's automatic money in your account with only a 5% fee. You know what I mean? So it's a different way of playing exactly what I'm talking about doing with like an Obi Toppin. And I think people are going to buy it probably leading up to the game, the same way that you lock in a bet right before the game, just like, people talked about, right? Just like our guest last, what was it, on Monday, Scott Greenberg said, right?
Let's do a little Q&A here.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to buy Toppin cards, right?
Yep.
In Star Stock, they have Star Stock A, Star Stock B, Star Stock C. And then you see, I think that you could go in to buy it now, but more than likely you make an offer. How do you go about making an offer? How do you decide the price that you're willing to make an offer? Do you go to eBay comps at 130 point to see what this card is actually selling at? Walk us through a little bit of your kind of thinking process there.
So I don't think that the, make an offer style on Star Stock is really right now has become robust enough. I think people buy cards, put it in there, they have it like a portfolio, and if it sells, it sells. People on eBay put a high price expecting buy it now, best offer, back and forth on the offer. I haven't done a lot of that with Star Stock. I've priced my cards to where I think they're going to be. And so I did sell one card recently I had it up for $22, and somebody made an offer of $19.99 on it. And I bought into it last week for $8. So I'm like, okay, I'll take it. You know, I mean, why not? I lock in the profit. That's close enough. But if somebody made me an offer of $12, I probably wouldn't even reply. I probably wouldn't write back and say, okay, 20 or 21 or whatever it is. If I was going to do that, if I was going to list my cards significantly higher than I thought it was going to be worth, and then have to, wiggle my way down to 50%, I'll just put it up on eBay. You know what I mean?
So just use the buy feature.
Yeah, I mean, I have every card I've purchased so far on StarStock, I've just bought. I've just bought outright. I have not used make an offer. I'm not saying I'll never do that, but right now, I told you guys, if you listen to the NBA play, Dwayne Bacon, there are Dwayne Bacon cards for $1. I'm not going to make an offer of 60 cents. I'm going to buy the cards for $1 if they're still there in a couple of days. I think he's starting tonight too, by the way. So there's another play for you guys if you happen to be listening. Because that's another overreaction play. He goes out there and scores 15, 20 points, and all of a sudden people can be like, oh, Bacon time. And I wish it was Bacon time all the time because I like Bacon.
When are you going to show Luca Nation that the shirt you got? Or did you already post it?
Oh, I posted my Bacon shirt. I posted it on my personal account. You guys can go take a look at that. So on top of Andrew, beating me when he sees me and locking me in the basement, he's a crazy man when it comes to our Lucas, Tigers, and Bronze feed. So I was hesitant to post the picture of my Bacon shirt on the feed because I was fearful that I would make our feed on Instagram look ugly, and Andrew does not like an ugly feed. So I'm banned from posting, which is probably a smart idea because I don't know what makes a feed ugly or pretty. I have no idea about this. I don't even know what the hell a feed is. So that's Andrew's area. But you guys, you think that's too much? You think he's too mean to me? You got to let him know. In the happy birthday thing, send him happy birthday and say, by the way, you're too mean to Cage. That would be a nice birthday wish. Happy birthday. Stop being so mean to Cage. That would be nice. No, huh? Oh, man. Well, listen, I got to tell you, I'm excited about basketball. How about yourself, man? Do you have a play?
Well, I just wanted to elaborate on my Kobe play from yesterday.
Nice.
Give a little color context to how I would go about it because I did a little research overnight, and so what I was seeing is PSA 8's new label we're selling for, and this is the 1996 Topps Finest. I know we're shifting gears from draft pick cards, penny stocks,
that's
day
what it
trading
is. It's penny stocks.
I mean, it's so funny. Like, I'm 30 years old, and I don't think I'm risk averse when it comes to life, but I'm a very risk averse investor. I like to know that I'm going to make money on my investments. Like, I don't like to gamble and think like, I did actually end up buying Obi Toppin cards last week when you mentioned it.
There you go.
This play, I feel like it's an arbitrage play. It's a money-making play, and it gives you options where you can make a little bit or a lot, but you're more than likely not going to lose anything. And it's the PSA 8 and 9 1996 Topps Finest Kobe Bryant card. And I think you could apply this to Steve Nash, Allen Iverson, also from that draft class, but Kobe's just have a bit more premium to their card. So the PSA 8 old label without a surface, without a surface peel, sell for about 135. With the surface peel PSA 8's old label, they sell for about 150, 155. So I think that's one purchase that's worthwhile to make. So you could get that card with the surface peel, have it arrive in the mail by next February, and inspect the card before you crack it out, okay? I think those PSA 8s cracked out and the surface peel taken off, 90% of them will turn into BGS 8.5s and BGS 9s. BGS 8.5 sell for about 225. BGS 9 sell for 300 plus, depending on the subgrades, okay?
And you're saying this is with the coating on?
With the coating,
off?
with the coating on.
With the coating on.
With the coating
okay.
on. With the coating off, you don't have like.
Are you telling people to take the coating off when they send it to BGS?
Absolutely. Okay. Well, I'm telling people first to inspect the card. More than likely, there is a little bit of a surface flaw. And it's not really a surface flaw, Cage. I don't know if you've seen those peels.
Yeah, no,
they just get they get an air bubble underneath of them. They're not really surface issues. And BGS doesn't care that much about back surface issues either, just for a little context. They do care, but just to contextualize it. If you take that peel off, your BGS surface score more than likely is 9 and 5 or 10. Now, if you could be even smarter as a buyer and find a centered card, your centering score is going to be 9 or 9.5. Okay. So now all you have is edges and corners, really. And what I've seen is sometimes PSA actually dings those surface peels for the surface and the corners. Because I don't know if you've seen it, like the peels start peeling from the corner. And sometimes they ding the corner. So I've seen this myself. I've bought about 15 of these cards with the surface peel, and I bought them raw, and I've taken the peel off, and I've got a lot of PSA 9s. Okay, PSA 9s sell for 300, 350 plus with the new label. Now, you can also apply this same strategy with PSA 9s. I think PSA 9s, more than likely, with a surface peel again, can turn into BGS 9.5s with a min grade of a 9, or even Gem Mint 9.5s, which are $600, $700 cards. So that's how I would play it. I think it's a play that you don't really have a lot of risk on. It doesn't matter if you sub it to BGS and get it back next April, May, June. It's not a big deal. This card doesn't fluctuate, and it's just in general, Kobe's market has been going up very slowly, but it's been going up. Week after week after week. So that's my play. I think it's just, I just wanted to elaborate on it, and I did a little research, so I wanted to jump on here because yesterday we did like a 2-hour marathon episode, and more than likely, a lot of people didn't catch the plays on the back end, so I wanted to make sure that they got them here.
I like it. I definitely do. It's interesting, right? Because, I like the sneaky play of it, right? You're taking that off. So let me ask just quickly, if you have a PSA 8 of Kobe, use the old label, whatever it is, how much is the difference between a PSA 8 of Kobe with the peel as opposed to without the peel?
The thing with Kobe cards, they're really interesting, right? It depends the buyers on that day. Like you see sometimes a best offer for the same card go for $200, but right. you'll see it on auction that an auction that ends at a random time for 115, 125 bucks. There's a lot of variability. So the difference between the peel and no peel is 10 to 20% usually.
Okay.
Nothing crazy, but enough that investors care. Investors really like the peel, but from a money-making standpoint, I don't think it actually matters. It just cuts into your margin a little bit, but.
Okay. Listen, I want to throw something out there as like, you talk about you're risk averse, the whole deal. So to me, it's fun of it, right? So like the Obi Toppin, the James Wiseman, the Danny Avdija, these guys, sure, I'm buying higher end cards. I'm trading the Lukas and the Treys, and I'm selling that stuff too. But, the way I look at it is I could buy one Devontae Graham PSA 10 rookie card and pay $100-$120 for it and hope it goes to what, 150? I get it. That's a cool investment. It's a nice way to play. Or I could take that $100 and I can buy 35 Obi Toppin cards, right? Or 40 of them, right? I could buy a bunch of them if they're $1.99, $2 each. And if they happen to go to $4, $5, $6, now I've made some significant money, made a couple $100. I can go buy that Devontae Graham and have more money to play with, so that's kind of, and I'm not putting a huge chunk of my money into this. I'm not telling you if I have $1,000 to spend, go spend $1,000 and buy Obi Toppin cards, but it's just a portion of, of what you do, right? Plus I do think there's, not that much downside risk to it, but I get it. I mean, look, those cards could be worth 50 cents instead of the $1.50 that you're paying. I don't
the
think
competitor, Cage, the competitor in me. I've once heard this from an episode with Gary and Danny Meyer, the owner of Shake Shack.
Yep.
It's one of his best episodes. And Danny Meyer eloquently says there's 4 types of competitors. The atypical competitor who just doesn't, those people that don't like to compete. Then you have competitors who love to lose. It's like that, a picture of Muhammad Ali standing over Sonny Liston. He's like, I beat that guy. That photo?
Yep.
Then you have the competitor who hates to lose. And then the 4th competitor is someone who's just always trying to outdo their own personal best.
Yep.
For a big portion of my life, I'm a hate to lose competitor. I sweep my victories under the rug. I always remember my defeats. I'll always remember when I had money on the Seattle Seahawks versus the Patriots in the Super Bowl. 1 yard line. I'm watching this game with all my buddies, and they decide Russell Wilson's going to throw on the 1 yard line, picked off by Malcolm Butler. Remember that?
Yep, of course.
I will remember that day for the rest of my life.
With Marshawn Lynch in the background.
With Marshawn
Lynch in the background. Marshawn Lynch. Yeah.
I went nuts. I said, "How do you do that?" And we were like in this open beer garden. I was just going nuts. But I always remember my losses. So now with investing, I know myself, I think, decently well, as much as you could know yourself at 30. But I love building on positive winning momentum. And adversely, if I'm in doubt about a play, I've learned not to do it because the losses kind of frustrate me. So this is just a little vulnerability, like I mentioned at the beginning of the episode. Mm-hmm. So that's why I've been hesitant, but I'm learning the day trading aspect of this hobby.
No, I mean, listen, it's just another way of playing. I think it's fun. So yeah, I mean, that's my play. Just, also it's we have these daily plays here, these daily games, right? So take a look at the news in a game like tonight, right? I mean, Star Stock is fun because you can buy and sell within the game, right? So if you happen to go on there right now, and buy one of these like Denny Avdija cards because there's no one in the lineup. You know what I mean? So he's got to play. He's going to play some minutes tonight. He's going to probably put up some numbers. I don't know if he's going to have those kind of numbers all year, but he'll put them up tonight. So if you buy his cards, whatever the cheaper ones are, you'll probably be able to sell them for a little bit more money during the game or right when the game ends. So, it's just a different way of having a little bit of fun with the hobby, having a little bit riding on the game. And I know it's different. It's not what we really preach because it's gambling, but I mean, there's a lot of overlap with, sports betting, fantasy sports, you name it, and what we do, right? So, I mean, really, I guess what I'm doing is I'm saying this is it's a fantasy sport play. It's like going in and putting a fantasy lineup in where you're keying tonight on Obi Toppin, but you don't have to pick the rest of the lineup. That's all. I mean, it's, pretty easy. So,
riding with you guys. I'm riding with you guys.
Guys, so there's my thought, and we'll go on Kobe one too. I might go on and try to buy one of these Kobe cards now myself. But remember, it is Andrew's birthday tomorrow, folks. So send them those messages. Don't forget. Send them a nice little happy birthday, Andrew. Let him know, I'm going to send him one, and it will say this nice and easy. Thank you for inspiring me. This guy likes to inspire people. If you send him that, it'll make his day. Trust me. Thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. If you haven't listened to our NBA episode, take a listen to it. If you have not yet signed up for Star Stock, we have a code, Luca Nation. Put in that code where it says, promo code or referral. Just type Luca Nation in there, and they'll get you, a $10 as long as you deposit at least $5. New sign up. So go ahead and put that one in, and we'll. If you have any questions, anything like that, let us know. And if you want to join one of our Instagram groups, send us a message. We'll get you in one.
You want to let people know that our 5-day PSA sub has just moved to Assembly?
It's in Assembly. I think we're going to get back soon. Usually those 5 days, they go to Assembly, QA1, QA2, all in like the same day. So those of you who subbed with us in November on 5-day, we should be getting those cards back in pretty soon. I'm sure they'll be in your hands early January.
It's just we always jump on here and we're like, USPS is taking forever. eBay is the lowest point of the hobby. They need to fix this return thing. PSA is a snail. But it's nice to give, when cards move a little bit, right? It's nice to give our Luca Nation an update.
Yep. Our 20 days are actually logged in too. So, that's important stuff. So, but it'll take a little while on those. Everything is kind of slow. But yeah, good stuff. Send them
Thanks,
those birthday
Luca
wishes,
Nation.
Luca Nation. Send them happy birthday to Andrew. Talk to you soon.
Thank you, Cage. You're the man.
Thank you for spending some time with us on another episode of the Lucas, Tigers, and Bronze Oh My podcast. Do us a favor and like, subscribe. You know what? Don't just like and subscribe. Everybody does that. If you like us, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your enemies, tell everybody. And we hope you got something from spending some time with us today, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.